Hey everybody, it's DisneyBoy21 here and welcome back to another doll hair tutorial combined with my makeover on Holly OHair. And today I will be showing you how to do my much anticipated aerial finger wave curls on your doll's hair. Anyways, in this tutorial I'll be showing you how to do finger wave curls or just waves in general for your doll's hair. So this is a method that I used on my limited edition Ariel doll to give her these waves. So if you're one of those people who are waiting for an Ariel tutorial, just keep on watching because this is it. And as you can see, since Ariel's hair is all done, I will be implying the tutorial on my Ever After High Holly OHair doll during her restyle, so this is sort of like a 2-in-1 tutorial. So as usual, you're gonna need a pair of scissors, a big bowl and a slightly smaller bowl for the hot water, a hair conditioner of any sort, a brush, these bigger type of straws that I mainly use for bubble teas and such, but if you want to have smaller waves you can use the usual small straws as well, and lots of bobby pins. So, as usual, the first step to a restyle is to give your doll's hair a good brush and a good boil wash, so if you want to see how that's done, you can click anywhere on the screen right now to go check that out first, but if you already know that, let's move on. And we are back with Holly's hair all washed and dried, so it's looking pretty good so far. And as usual, I have also removed her clothing and accessories and give her her own tissue dress for the process. So before we do anything on her, let's take a look at her pictures and art to decide what we're going to do with it. So this is her full artwork on the back of her box, and it looks like she pretty much have wavy hair. So that's basically what we're going to try to do. At the end, the waves kind of turn into little tiny curls here, so I'm going to try to do that as well because that looks really cute. So basically that's about it. And for those who are watching this tutorial for Ariel, I will try to put in like the pictures of Ariel while I was doing her hair in between the videos so you can reference to that as well. So I would recommend that you cut up the straws into the pieces that you want to use beforehand so that it's easier and faster. And also I'm going to be using these little smaller ones for the ends of her hair to give that little tiny curls. And the good thing about this method is that you don't need to worry about pins getting rusted, and you can even use the old rusted pins that you may already have because the pins are not going to have direct contact with the hair. I'll show you in a bit later. And without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing that I'm going to do is to part her hair the way that I want it for the curlers to go in. So basically I'm planning that I'm going to part it 5 ways, like the 2 bangs for this side and that side, and then for the back I'm going to have the upper part and the lower part. I'm going to show you later. So for the front part I'm just going to take this one a bit here for the bangs. That needs to look good because they're basically going to be staying in front of her face. So. And then for the back, I'm just gonna try to divide the hair in half and separate them off and do the one part and do the other part on top. So this is what the parting looks like, and I know there's a lot going on and she looks kind of creepy, but we have the 2 front pieces, this one and this one, and then we have the upper piece and then the bottom piece. She looks like a ninja. Okay, so let's get cracking. So first of all, spritz her hair. It's not that important, but it kind of helps you tame the hair so it's easier for you to handle. So take your first piece of straw and hold it where you want to start your waves or your curls. Just hold it like that, and then you take another one. This time put it underneath and you try to have it like this, and then take your bobby pin and put it through the 2 straws, like it doesn't touches the hair. Just put it in between and it will go in, and then take another one and put it through another one of these things right here, and you'll have something that looks like that. And let's just start. What you want to do is take another one and you want to go alternate. For this one it's underneath, right? So the next one is going to be the one on top. So put it like this, and again put the pin through the straw, and the other one. And you'll have something that looks like this. So I'm just gonna put another one. And then you just go alternately, like one on top and then one on the bottom. And now you're gonna have something that looks like this. And the little pieces down there are still not done yet because I'm planning to do with the small one, but I just want to show you the process. So if you come from the side, you want to make the straw go as straight as you can, like this, so that the straws are straight and the hair is the one that kind of have to maneuver around the straw. So like this zigzag, so in the end it'll give you the wave that you want. So now I'm gonna do the bottom part. So right now we're at the very end of the hair, and this little piece is the one that's going to have contact with the pin. So you may want to use a pin that won't rust, or if you don't have a pin that won't rust, basically, because mostly all of my pins, I've tried different brands, they all rust. Except this one is from H&M, and I find that they don't rust really quickly. So anyways, what you want to do is that you take just a piece of straw and then you cut it, and you'll have something that looks like this. So it's the straw, but it's cut like this. So what you can do is that you can coat the hair with this straw like this. I'll show you. I saw this method on someone on Flickr, but I forgot who that was, so credit to whoever did that. So here, like this. So you can see that it kind of covers the hair. So you can put the pin on top of this piece so that it won't have direct contact with the actual hair. So right now we have our very first piece all set with the curlers, and you can see this is the side, and this is something you want to look like once you're done. Now I'm moving on to the second part of her hair, where I will show you like a few more pieces, and then I'm gonna skip it because I don't want the video to be too long. It'll get boring. And then for the first ones, you can see that the size of the straws went a little too big, so you may probably want to cut it a little smaller when you do yours. Spritz, 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 spritz. And if you don't think the straws are going on a straight line, you can just adjust it a little bit as you go on. So the second piece is done as well, so I'm going to quickly do the back piece and I will be right back. So for the bottom piece of the back part, I just did a huge piece like this because unlike the traditional curls, these ones are a bit easier to separate out once they're done. So now let's do the last piece, which is the top parts. So for the top part, I'm going to separate out two pieces like this because it's a bit thicker than the bottom part. So if I do it in one whole piece like that, it's going to be really wonky and it won't end up nice. And if you keep seeing the books, that's because I had to weigh her down because her stand was very wobbly and it's really hard to work on. So finally, all the curlers and the straws are set in her hair. So this is what she looks like right now. Here is the side. And her head is really heavy right now because she keeps on toppling over. So it's best that you put something on her base of a stand to keep her still, or else she would fall. So right now I'm gonna go dip her head in the hot water to set the curls. So it's pretty much the same as boil washing, but if you want to see how that's done, you can click somewhere on the screen right now to go check out in one of my previous videos. So after that's done, I'm gonna leave her hair to dry about overnight, so I will be right back tomorrow to undo the curlers. And now we are back for the moment of truth, and I actually left her hair with the curlers for about a day to really set the curls. Now I'm gonna take off the curlers and we'll see how it turns out. And this is actually the part that I hate the most because taking off the pins is a little tricky because since they're all the way in, it's hard to reach in and take them out. And I forgot, but I was planning to do leave the little edges out like this so it's easier for you to take out. So I would suggest that you leave out all the ends and not push them all the way in. That's the thing I forgot to do. So anyways, when taking out, I would suggest that you take out from the bottom because it's much easier to go up that way. And for those ones that you can't reach, like this one, you can just use a little, how do you say, a thong, or a scissor to just take a hold of it and slide it out. It works. And now we have our little tiny curls at the bottom. So, oh, I think it's better if you just try to take out from all of them on the same side, and then you move on to the other side. So, and now we have our first set of waves right here. You don't actually have to worry about them falling apart because we're gonna brush it out and make it even eventually. So here is what it looks like. Isn't it pretty? So I'm gonna undo the rest of the curlers off camera and then I will be right back. Okay, wait, so forget the scissor guys, because I found a better way to take out the pins. So you're just gonna need a little paper clip like this, and what you need to do is you just form a hook at the end, and you can actually put the hook inside the ends of a clip and you can just pull them out. It's much more easier like that. So right now I have taken off all the curlers from her hair, and this is what she looks like right now, straight out of the straws. So I'll just give you a 360 look. So it's super wavy, but we're gonna have to style it. I just wanted to show you what she looks like before we style her. And ta-da! Royals and Rebels, please welcome Miss Holly OHair! Okay, I'm a little crazy sometimes, but here she is, guys, and I think she looks really good. So I'm gonna give you a 360 look first before I walk you through how I styled her. So this is the front, and you can see that we managed to get the little tiny curls at the end like we wanted to. So that's awesome. And here is the side. You can see how the waves turn out, like wee. So that's pretty. And here is the full back. You can see that I tried to blend in and squeeze the two separate parts together so they look natural. And here is the other side. And we're back to the front. And then for the styling part, I didn't do much. I just mainly used this comb that I have and its little pointy end. It's quite useful, so you might want to get one of these if you don't have one, or you can just go through your mom or your sister's beauty bag and grab one like I did. So the first thing I did is that I took this little piece on the top of her head and pulled it back, and then I secured that piece with her crown right here, and you can see that that little piece falls down here nicely, so it keeps it from falling on her face. And then I'm gonna bring up her art here. So in her artwork, you can see that she kind of has a little bang souped over like that, so I tried to create that as much as I can. So this part that's falling can serve as that bang, or if you don't want to pull it back, you can let it fall. It's totally up to you, or you can use a little bit of hairspray to keep that one in shape if you want to just let it fall and not pull it back. So yeah. And for the bag, I did, like I said before, I used the end of the comb and tried to separate out the big chunks so that it looks more natural and blend it together with the side. And then for the bottom part, I completely brushed it out so that all the curls are separate, and it gives a volumized look and makes her hair look more bigger and not flat. And this is the other side of a bang. I didn't do much, just use this little end to try to separate out bits, pieces here and there. So overall, I am really happy with how she turned out. So now I'm gonna bring back Ariel and give a few tips for those who are watching this to do this on their Ariels. So for Ariel, I kind of sprayed a little bit, just a tiny bit of hairspray all throughout her hair to maintain the curls, because I just took her out for the video purpose, because after I finished curling her hair, I just put her back in her box for display. So she's gonna be there for a while, and then the humidity, the heat can make the curls lose out their form for the long term. So I just kind of set the hairspray to maintain the waves while she's in her box, and they work brilliantly. They're not hard, they're not sticky, and still maintain the shape. So you might want to try to get that kind of hairspray that's not sticky and doesn't make it super hard. I really hope you enjoyed the video and learned somewhat out of this, and best of luck to you if you're trying out this method as well. But right now, please enjoy a few photos of Holly and Ariel, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon in my next video. Bye!